Hey, fellow horror fans. This is Troy Escamilla, the director of Party Night and Mrs. Claus, and you are listening to Anthony T's Horror Show. Enjoy.
Welcome to Anthony T's Horror Show. I'm Anthony T. In this edition, I'll be having an open discussion with Kevin Cook of the Dokening. We'll be talking about 5 independent films from 2018 you should all check out. We'll also go into a couple of random things as well. But first, I want to talk about a couple of news items pertaining to a couple upcoming home entertainment releases. First off, Universal Studios Home Entertainment recently announced the upcoming DVD, Blu-ray, and VOD release of David Gordon Green's Halloween. The film will be hitting DVD and Blu-ray on January 15th, and the film will hit VOD on December 28th. Special features on the DVD and Blu-ray include deleted and extended scenes, Back in Haddonfield, Making Halloween, the original Scream Queen, The Sound of Fear, Journey of the Mask, and The Legacy of Halloween. But if there's one major thing missing on this upcoming Blu-ray release is the fact that there is no audio commentary from David Gordon Green. It would have been nice to have a commentary track for this one, as it's like they're just rushing this release. But still, I'll be definitely picking this Blu-ray up once it hits Blu-ray on January 15th. The other piece of home entertainment news is the slasher Hellfest. Lionsgate Home Entertainment and CBS Films recently announced that Hellfest will be hitting VOD on December 28th and DVD and Blu-ray on January 9th. Special features on the DVD and Blu-ray include Thrills and Kills, Making Hellfest, and the theatrical trailer. It seems that this film is not going to get any respect, as this release is light on features. It just amazes me that Lionsgate and CBS Films really didn't do a good job with whether it's promoting the film or the home entertainment release. It seems like it was just another film. Hellfest is a good film. It's not the greatest film in the world, but it's a fun film. I had a fun time when I saw it in theaters, but I wish it gotten a little better treatment instead of what it's getting from both Lionsgate Home Entertainment and CBS Films, as this film should have done a little better at the box office if it wasn't for the fact that this film was hardly ever promoted. Hellfest will be hitting VOD on December 28th and DVD and Blu-ray January 8th. Now let's go to my open discussion with Kevin Cook of the Dorkening and Wicked Horror Show. Then afterwards, I'll give you my film recommendation from a independent film company that is going to shut its doors. But first, some advertisements from friends of the show.
Hey, it's Hansi from the Squeak Project, and we're having our first SqueakCon on Saturday, December 1st at the Lyric Hall in New Haven, Connecticut. We're going to be celebrating women and fandom with performances by Tea Time for Mad Girls, Kat Smith, a film festival, cosplay guests, vendors, and then we're wrapping up the evening with a meetup and nerd karaoke at the bar. Get your tickets at filmfreeway.com/SqueakCon.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Christina. I'm the founder, owner, creator, and host of Super Retro Throwback Reviews. Are you looking for the best movie reviews, music reviews, video game reviews, and Comic-Con coverage all around? Well then look no further. Definitely check out Super Retro Throwback Reviews on YouTube and our new audio podcast, the new and improved Super Retro Throwback Reviews audio files version 2.0 on the following media distributors: Podbean, Google Play, Stitchers, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Class is over, John. Time for something new and improved.
Welcome back to Anthony T's Horror Show. I'm here with Kevin Cook of the Dorkening and Wicked Horror Show, and we're here to talk about 5 independent horror films that were released in 2018 that you should check out. Please note this is not like a countdown or anything, as I'll be doing a countdown first episode of the new year. So how are you doing today, Kevin?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm excited. It's definitely want to support podcasters out there, and I appreciate the opportunity. And we've met each other through the conventions and stuff like that. And you're a good guy. Your horror. So that's I'm more than happy to talk about some of the stuff I liked over the year.
Now, since I guess I'll let you go first with your first film.
Okay. So we were talking a little bit before you started recording, kind of a mixture of like really low budget and some, that are maybe a little bit higher budget, but still pretty, and I even have an honorable mention in here. I don't really consider it straight ahead horror, but so I'd be curious to hear your thoughts because I think it's one you recently watched. But first off, this one finally got a physical release. I don't know I think you may have checked it out. It's Red Eye from Tristan Clay and Destiny Orndorff. Have you seen Red Eye?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that's on my list, too.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. So, just like I'm sure these are very young filmmakers, and this is their first full-length feature. Like, they did some shorts that were really, really good. And, it makes me feel good that there's young filmmakers out there that are making this quality of movie. Lots of good gore, good story, great actors in it. You have Jessica Cameron, you have, I'm forgetting the other one's name.
Heather
I'm horrible.
Dorff.
Heather Dorff, yeah, exactly. And you have Destiny as well. It's a really good time, and I was like super excited when it was getting the physical release. So that's the first one I have. I don't know, like since on your list, did you want to talk about it?
Yes. One of the main reasons that I liked Red Eye was the fact that the film looked professional. I was so amazed when I watched this film because Tristan Clay was 18 years old, 19 years old.
I think when they got everything started, they were around 18, 19 years old, yeah.
And I just found it amazing that the gore effects were great, the lighting was good, and his ability to direct the performances. As there are some really good performances here. I know we mentioned Destiny and Heather. Should be mentioned is Scott King, who played the main lead in the film. He does a very good job making his character very mysterious-like and everything. He really helped drive the film, especially towards the end of the film, which we're not going to talk about. Because pretty much, if I talk about it, I will pretty much give it away. Yeah.
And the thing too is that we had seen it, like, we've had on my show, we've had Destiny and Tristan on a few times, and we got a rough cut, not a rough cut, but it was like the first release that was going to like film festivals and stuff. And it's a little bit different. It's actually a little bit more brutal, and one of the scenes that really kind of like, I was like, Jesus, they're going there, like, holy crap. It was like, I couldn't believe it. And then I guess for distribution purposes, they had to cut part of that out. But even still, with that part cut out, it's still really good. And I was like, I felt like a proud uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're around. Like, I have nephews and a niece that are around their age, and I just felt like so proud of them. And it's cool too because just like we met like at a convention, we meet a bunch of people at conventions. That's how they met. Like, they were at a convention, became convention friends, and next thing you know, we're making movies together. And it's a cool story.
It is.
The movie's really good. The movie's like super good. And I was very nervous when it was coming out because I'm like, hopefully this movie doesn't stink, And it blew me away. It really did.
Yeah, I remember actually reviewing the film on my website, Anthony T's Horror Chamber, and it's like I was just amazed. I was thinking, yeah, it'll maybe be a good film, everything, but I couldn't believe the level of the way the film looked is what blew me away. For someone who's doing their first film to get the gore effects to be horrifying is amazing. And I also liked the merits. It really seems to go off in their way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking this way in the future too. I know they're working on some stuff, trying to get some funding. But yeah, I can't wait. If this is their first like full length, I can't imagine what they're going to be doing in like 10 years. You know, they're going to be one place.
Yeah, it's going to. So, Vicky, I'll let you go with your second choice.
You want to go with my second?
Yes, we both chose Red Eye.
Yeah. So one, I'm going to mix it up a bit. So the next one, which is a little bit of a higher budget, and this one really surprised me. Some of these movies, like the more recent, not versions, but more recent sequels of this movie, of this franchise, it kind of stares a little bit. But I'm talking about Little Reich. So am I, but like some of the more sequels, I don't bother with me. But Little Reich, I thought was fantastic. Like, kind of brought life to it for me, you know. It made me go back to schools. I mean, like me, obviously, but it's Robbie. You know, really choices that feel like fans. You know, the director was another franchise. Common with D&D, people like that. Yeah, so and you just get how like seismic stuff. You know, and thought it was, and that's it, but wasn't too much. Wait, it made it more interesting. So I really dug that when anyone is a fan of like older Puppet Master and, you know, are kind of losing their mood to Master, I would definitely recommend Little Reich.
Yeah, I also enjoyed the film. I wouldn't put it like a test rating. I did have a little problem with the matter between the beginning and it's pretty much ate shit.
Yeah.
With that scene where it felt like you were from a film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was like as over the top as a strong film. By the way, I love movies as well, but I don't think it was over the top. I mean, definitely. I just thought it was a really fun one. You know, there's a lot of, you know, horror, early marketing, whatever, and this one was just fun for me. Like, it was one I can. I'm sure it's rare that a movie scares you anymore, you know, because you watch such stuff. So it's like nothing really gets in your head that much. And this one definitely didn't, but it was fun enough where I could see myself, and I have watched it a couple times, but I can see that this is one I'm going to keep going back to, you know? And that, to me, that, like, even though I agree, there's probably better movies I've seen. I mean, these are the ones that I was just thinking up over, like, even that's fairly recent for me. But, you know, it's when it's something that I feel like I'm going to go back and keep revisiting, you know, that brings it up a little higher on my list, you know? I can totally understand where you're coming from, though.
Yeah, I just couldn't get the humor in between that, but...
Okay.
It just felt like you were getting hit in the head too many times after you get it. After a couple times.
Yeah.
But... at least it rebounds, and it becomes a very good film afterwards. And I like the way it ended, too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I liked all of it. And again, it's like the people that were in the movie I'm fans of besides the movie, you know. So I'm a fan of Thomas Lennon and followed his career a bit, you know, and so I was like super psyched to see him in this. And then it's like, okay, not only that, but like this other dude is in it I've known from these movies, and this girl from Scott Pilgrim is in it, and then have you know,
Barbara Crampton.
Yeah, Barbara Crampton, and you have I'm forgetting his name.
Pare.
Yeah, Michael Bray. And both of them have been on the show, like on my show. So it's like, that's cool. You know? Hey, I've talked to those guys for an hour. That's fun. You know, and I didn't even realize that going into it. You know, I don't know. So
every time I see Michael Pare, I always think of Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah.
It was like 80s.
Yep. It was kind of like sort of Bruce Springsteen and the Street Band. You know, it was very similar. Like that was when Bruce was like blowing. Some movie called Street Fire. That actually it was Louis Perry from Angry Geeks. He came on when we had Paran because he's a big fan. Street of Fire, I'd heard of it, never seen it. It's really good. You should check it out.
Yeah,
There's the scene. Yeah, it's the movie. Oh my God, I'm like losing today. I'm forgetting this other actor. I'm forgetting his name. They have a hammer fight in the middle of the street. They're literally just swinging hammers at each other. Willem Dafoe, that's who it is. Willem Dafoe.
Great actor.
Yeah, and it's a really good time. Like I know when I saw it, like a lot of it was familiar to me, so I'm sure I'd seen it when I was younger. But yeah, he did some cool stuff back then, you know, and he's still doing some cool stuff. Obviously, he was in Puppet Master. So, but yeah, what do you have for another one?
Another one is the Green Column They Might Have by Andrew Site. It's called Bang of the Living Dead. And this is released from Screen Team Release. This is ever hear the Indian podcast?
I haven't. So many podcasts out there. There's too many. I'll check it out.
But you definitely check out recent great films like The Bond, which is like a retro 80s slasher film.
Okay.
Set on Halloween night. They have a couple Halloween anthology films, The Wing Season, 1031, which also features a film Rocky Gray, who used to be in the band Evanescence.
Okay.
and they also have a crazy Dude Bro Potty Massacre 3.
Dude Bro? You said Dude Bro? Nice.
Dude Bro Potty Massacre 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I managed to interview 2 of the filmmakers on that film.
Nice.
That was a fun film. It had Patton Oswalt, Tim Pitt, Larry King.
Wow.
That was a crazy film. And a bunch of others.
That's cool. Yeah, check these out.
Now this film I liked about was it's a stoner comedy, it's a drama, and it's a horror film all wrapped into one film. It's about these friends who plan for the zombie apocalypse when they're young, and then when the zombie apocalypse hits, they're all tied up in their house smoking meat and everything. The film has character development. I thought the direction was very good in that film, and I also liked the performances from the cast in that.
Nice.
Including Eric Boswell, Tiffany Aspin, if I'm pronouncing it right. If not, I apologize.
Yeah.
And Dan Nye. The screenplay also did a very good job developing its characters and the relationships between them. It is a fun film, and they even did a packaging for this film where you get like a limited edition slipcover, and it's like weed with the Bond of the Living Dead. Which, why don't I show you that right now?
Yeah.
For those who don't see it, well, sorry.
Yeah, too bad. Go buy it, then you
Too
can
bad.
see. Yeah.
But you can go to ScreamTeamReleasing.com.
Scream Team. Okay, I gotta remember that.
Yeah, they're also releasing Dreaming of a White Doomsday as well.
Huh.
Which I believe also says Damien Elfie, what you had on.
Me? I'm horrible remembering names. It's weird. Like we have all these people on. Strange Nature? Oh.
No, he's in Strangers Pray at Night.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Second.
right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm just horrible with names. Yeah, he was a good dude. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's good, and I think that's a. I was all excited for the new James movie because it's that's huge. Like the first one was great. I thought this one was good. But the first one is one of the few horror movies I can say actually freaked me out.
I would have to beg to.
Oh, really?
Because with The Stranger, I felt like I was coming to the movie midway through, and so I don't know what's going on. And it's like I know I need to the film. But with Stranger, it's a basic slasher film with some really good moments, and I like the way they also placed the film.
No, I mean the first one, like a home invasion movies, get me a little bit because that's something that's definitely more feasible to really happen, Which that terrifies me. But I don't know. Yeah.
Now let's get away from studios.
Yeah.
Now we're talking studio
That's
film.
true. That's how it's about in that movie. Yeah.
So I'll let you go.
All right, I'm between a couple. One of them, it's a little. I mean, it's higher budget than Red Eye. It's not as high budget, I don't think, as Puppet Master, but Terrifier. Have you seen Terrifier?
Oh.
With Art the Clown? Is that a yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That is like in my top 5 of the
year. Is it?
year.
Yeah. Is it on your list tonight?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
It is on my list.
All right, good. We can talk about Terrifier then. So yeah, was it All Hallows Eve, the first movie that Art the Clown was in?
Yes, but not with the
right. Yeah, it's a different actor. Although they did a very good job. Like he looks the same, but it's a different actor. But still, the character of Art the Clown was in All Hallows Eve. But I thought it was definitely portrayed a little cooler in Terrifier. But yeah, that movie just got really. It's just I don't know. It got some twisted moments for sure. And I don't know. I mean, the whole clown thing is kind of overplayed, so you kind of have to do something a little different with the clowns, And Art the Clown kind of does it. Like he's just like, oh Jesus Christ! Like I don't get creeped out by clowns. It freaks me out.
Yeah, and that's the credit to David Howard Thornton's performance in that film.
Yeah.
Because this performance pretty much had no dialogue. You basically relying on movements in mind.
Hopefully he'll be at Sugar Rat because I've seen that he's been going to conventions, so that'd be cool to meet him.
I really wanted him to come to Rock and Shock.
Yeah, maybe Rock and Shock or ScareCon. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm hoping for ScareCon New England.
Yeah, actually, I'll suggest that. I'll just put on there. Well, I'm part of a evaluate. It's a group on Facebook where you can make suggestions. People were asked to be on it and asked me. So I'll mention him because it'd be cool to It'd be cool to be to meet that dude.
Yeah, maybe we can also Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah, for real.
Well.
How many conventions have I been to that there's promo booths and I've never met Lloyd in person? Not once.
I know. It's like I was so disappointed again this year at Rocket.
Yeah.
I really thought this was the year that Lloyd Kaufman would come to the East Coast.
Yeah.
But of course, he had something going on that weekend.
He did invite Leo and I, and the other guys on the Dorkening. He invited us to the actual office, and we just haven't done it. Like he's like, when you just let me know when you guys want to come down, and we're like, well, okay, like that'd be awesome, because we've had him on a couple times. He's a character for sure.
Now, Terrifier has a Lloyd Kaufman connection.
Does it?
Catherine Cochran.
Okay.
From Return to Nukem High. She's in Terrifier. And she was pretty much the main reason why I wanted to watch Terrifier in the first place. Yeah, because I loved her performance in Return to Nukem High Volume 1. And after the end of the film, all I could think about was David Howard Thornton and his performance. Yeah. It was just amazing. When you can do that, you know you have a good film.
Not to sidetrack too much, but have you seen Return to Nukem High Volume 2? Have you seen it?
No, it has not played in the Rhode Island area.
Yeah, I saw it up in Buffalo, not this past festival, the year before. It's interesting. I like the first one better. I mean, the second one's still good, but the first one I thought was great. You know, it's a little all over the place, but it's still good.
I've got a feeling that I might see it next year.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll just release it. Just release it so I can buy it. I want to put it next.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping. But I got a feeling next year it's gonna come. It has to come out eventually because.
Yeah. I get interviewed at that film festival. Zach Amico, he's a big player in Volume 1 and Volume 2, and he's doing a lot of directing on the Shitstorm one. Yeah, he's the guy. He's like the heavyset guy with like the big spiky hair.
Yes, I know.
Yes. He's doing. Yeah.
I think he's on Practical Jokers.
No, he's not.
Oh.
No, he's on Comedy Central a lot. He's a stand-up comic as well.
Oh, okay.
He does like the roast battles and stuff like that.
Okay.
He was at the film fest, so we got to sit down, and he quickly busted my balls. It was pretty great. I'm like, hey Zach, I'm a big fan. He's like, of course you are. Look at you. He's like, why can't I have a skinny hot girl as a fan? He's like, just have bald fat guys as fans. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Thanks, Zach. You're the best. But anyways, so yeah, Terrifier. Going back to Terrifier. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And, you know, it's one of those. It's one of those. I think, unfortunately, unless you're like a hard horror fan where you're digging to find cool stuff to watch, this one's gonna probably miss. You know, you're probably gonna miss it. It's not something that's like everyone's wrapped. Like, you know, I don't see the suggested things on, like, you know, Netflix or anything like that. You know, but it's one track it down if you can. Yeah, but it's still, it's not like those things that are on the main page. You know, you have to dig for it. Yeah, but it's still, I loved it.
If they do out the clown right, I truly believe he could become the next Victor Crowley.
Yeah.
I really do believe it.
Do you want me to go again?
And I like the all right, so
just because it's Terrifier and Red Eye, we both had on our list. And it's the reason why I asked is because he thought he'd be the next Victor Crowley. The other movies I have on my list is Victor Crowley.
Yeah, that was a good film.
And I think one of the things that made me like it a little bit more, it was good. It's not like my favorite Hatchet movie, but it was good. But I love the whole situation, how the movie was made in secret. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So we've seen the cast benches. People can't know the movie. So the whole new age film thing. This is great. Like, it's too saw the video. Someone shot actual price. You know, see the film?
I'm not.
Yeah, get on. So there was like an anniversary screening of Hatchet, and had like cast of Hatchet there, and then they're supposed to do like the screening, and they were doing a little talk at the beginning. And Adam's just like, well, actually, you know what though, we're not, we're supposed to be here for this, but actually we're here for a new movie that we've been working on. And then so no one in the audience, other than the people that were involved in the movie, knew what was happening. So you're at like a packed theater, and no one knows that they're seeing this brand new movie. And then the story too, because after Dave Brockie passed, Adam got really in a bad way, and it was Romero that kind of talked him back into to still doing stuff. But that whole conversation between him and Romero happened at a panel at Rock and Shock in Worcester.
Yeah, I've heard about that panel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just like it's all like weird, cool connection, you know. But yeah, I thought it was a really good time. It's really fun. It's not one of those like Puppet Master, but it's fun. Like nothing really scares you in it, but it's really cool gore, really cool, awesome legends in this movie. You know? Yeah, it's a good time. It's another one of those movies that I'll just keep going back to. You know.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Felissa Rose because she pretty much stole.
Yeah, she's great, and she has a really cool death in that movie too. It's pretty insane. Then you got Ryan Quinn from Practical Jokers in the movie too, and that's big. He actually he had said he does a podcast as well called Tell Him Steve Dave, and he had actually said that he was doing something with Adam, but he couldn't say what it was, like on Tell Him Steve Dave a while ago. So he kind of like the cat of the bag that he run something with Adam, but no one speculated that. But yeah, it was really cool, and I was glad to see it. I'm glad Adam's not done because he's still stuff there, you know.
Yes, I wish you'd watch it.
They talk and stuff for that.
Well, it's in the comics. I did read that.
I have guys do that. Honestly, yeah, we went them like there for this whole first ride. But there's some I got a new whole story opens. But
I think I like about Victor Crowley, it wasn't over the top like the Hatchet films, because you don't get to kill them, and it felt really original because you'd expect Victor Crowley to kill everybody pretty much.
Yeah.
And I really like the way that Adam Green takes this in a more mature way.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't throw humor in all of it to the point where it just becomes over the top.
Yeah, there was some pretty brutal moments, like when the one girl's like drowning, like they can tell like okay she's gonna be any time now she's gonna be drowning at the bottom of this like the part of the was it a plane? Yeah, it was in a plane.
Yeah, so
and it's like that gets a little like holy crap, get this just help her, come on, do it. Like so it's like I mean don't get me wrong, there's like in other Hatchet movies there's some crazy kills that are just legendary, like ripping the face apart and everything, and it's cool, but I agree. I like there was some more mature deaths, not just ripping people apart, and it was almost like Torment because he kept like leaving and coming back at times, and yeah, I don't know, he was messing with him. You can tell he was messing with him.
And I also like the way they play with you in thinking, oh, this person's gonna be the new face of the franchise, and it doesn't happen. It's the lead person you least expect. I'm talking about the film, the documentarian and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She had like the boyfriend and her best friend who was like all crazy, crazy and everything.
Yeah. We also don't want. I mean, for the people that haven't seen it, we don't want to. Yeah. It's there's some cool twists in it. Yeah.
All right, let me get to the next film. Speaking of craziness of films, Mandy.
So that's actually my honorable mention. Was Mandy. The reason why is because I don't really look at it as a horror movie.
To me, it really felt like a horror film because first you got blood flying all over the place. It's acid trip.
Yeah.
Plus, it's something that
because
half of his films you may not think is horror films.
Mm-hmm.
Like Twin Peaks, for example. But to me, horror is horror. Whether it's psychological, whether it's slasher, whether it's over-the-top gore, horror is horror. And Mandy kind of felt like a horror film.
Well, I mean, there's
when you have this cult
there's moments of it, but as a whole, I didn't. It's a beautiful movie. Like it's probably the best Nicolas Cage in a long time. It's a great movie. It's so damn twisted. It's not Cher God's big little thing. And if it's not a big thing, I mean, I follow Cher on Instagram, but people have like a lot of like comparison. That gotta be. We're gonna start seeing people cosplaying as a Cheddar Goblin at some point. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I really enjoyed Mandy. The only thing is that it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, is this really a horror movie? Like some people don't consider it horror. Like it definitely had horror aspects to it, but it's one of those things where I think it was so well shot and it's just a beautiful movie. And even like everything with the lighting, the music, everything was just really cool about it. But it still at times it just felt like more like a mind, like a mind f, more so than like, totally. But I mean, I did have it on my list, but it was only as an honorable mention because I was like, I don't know if if you would even consider that a horror movie, and it's on your list. See that? So I was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's great. I loved it. I was like, I've been selling it to people whenever they're asking me about movies. I'm like, you need to check out Mandy. You got to check it out. It's really just it's out there, you know.
I literally after that film tried to see if there were any Cheddar Goblin merch.
Oh yeah.
And like the only thing I could find was like a beanie, one of those winter hats. That's about it.
Yeah.
I hate.
Yeah, they should put out Fright Rags or something. Should be putting out some stuff, or somebody should be putting out shirts. You know.
There's shirts for the film. I've been on their
really?
website.
But there's Cheddar Goblin shirts?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
There's Mandy shirts.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of the other chapters have shirts pretty much.
Yeah, there's got to be Cheddar Goblin stuff out there. We got to get. We have to start a petition. Cheddar Goblin now. Hashtag Cheddar Goblin. Let's do it, guys.
Either that, or just start tweeting back to the Cheddar
Oh, for real?
Goblin.
Like, come on, dude, step it up.
Yeah.
I want action figures. I want everything. I want it with vomiting mac and cheese action too. You push a button in the back and it just throws up mac and cheese.
Hell, I want a Cheddar Goblin film if possible.
Yeah, I want.
That would be effed up.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, exactly. I want like a documentary on how Cheddar Goblin was made. I want everything. So, do you have the physical copy of it?
Yes.
What does it have for special features?
Because
I bought the digital version of it.
Not much. It has like a behind the scenes, which pretty much just like it's like audio interviews to still.
Oh yeah.
Behind the scenes stills, and I believe the trailer, and I believe that's
okay.
it.
That's unfortunate.
But
I can imagine them having some pretty awesome special features. That's kind of disappointing.
They didn't do much. I was kind of surprised. I was hoping, and to let everyone know, if you don't want to buy the film, you can check the film out on Shudder.
Oh, really?
Because it's coming out on Shudder.
And I think was it Shudder that just got bought by Comcast? I think, or they merged, because one of the directors that we're friends with, Max Cherky, he just posted something. He was going to start creating content for Shudder, and he couldn't get any funding, and then they ended up. Now they're going to have like 20 million more viewers than they ever did because they just got like they joined forces. It's going to be part of Comcast, I guess. I think it's Shudder. I could be completely talking out of my ass right now, and I do apologize if that's the case.
I haven't heard anything about that. But
if I can find it.
Look, they've got Joe Buck Breaks. They're bringing him back, which is a very good move. They got the new Creep Show series coming out, plus all the other stuff they have for original content. Shudder is really the place to be if you're a horror fan.
Yeah.
It really made me want to ditch my Screambox subscription because they're pretty much not doing anything. They'd rather just sit there, try to get the obscurest films possible, or indie horror films that no one hears of.
Well, the thing is that Netflix used to get like a lot of like indie like cool stuff. Like I would find a lot of cool directors on that, and then they stopped doing it. Like they stopped getting those movies, and so it's like things like Shudder that like you can go and see actually some cool stuff. But yeah, it stinks. I mean, so do you subscribe to Shudder?
Yes.
How much does it cost?
I think $5 a month.
That's not bad.
That isn't bad.
Not at all.
That's why I was paying $5 for Screambox anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I got rid of that and just joined Shudder because I really wanted to see The Last Drive-In. But looking at the future of Shudder, that's going to be more better than Screambox.
Yeah.
At this point, Shudder should be the only horror destination if you're looking for some premium content.
And I just want to let you know, I checked my Facebook, and I was completely wrong. It wasn't Shudder. It was Tubi TV or Tubi something. It's like another streaming service.
Yeah, I've heard of
yeah.
Tubi TV.
They were they're joining forces with Comcast. So I was completely talking out my butt there. I apologize for anyone, but
Not a
yeah,
problem.
$5 a month though. That's that's 2 coffees at Dunks, and you just don't buy coffees 1 month, and you're good,
I think I might have like the yearly subscription.
Oh yeah,
Which I'm not sure how much that is.
I should check into
But it's
that. I should
probably-
check into that because that'd probably I'm sure you save money. Christmas is coming. I get money for
Yes.
Christmas. I'll just sign up for Shutter. Be like, here you go. I'm good. Gotta check that out.
Yeah. And it's just gonna get better over there.
Yeah. Cool.
Which is great for us horror fans.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is I've seen it, I've heard about it, and I just I was assuming it was going to be more money, so that's really not bad. So yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah, it isn't bad. All right, so what is your next film?
This is one I'm not sure. I think I think you were checking this one out. I don't know if you have checked it out yet. And this is one that's also kind of fairly new to me. We've had the director on it recently, and that's American Guinea Pig: Song of Solomon.
Oh, I just seen it recently.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is one where
right after the.
Oh, really? Nice. So this is one where you had mentioned before with which one was it? Victor? No, it was not Victor Crowley. It was one of the others where it kind of jumped in the middle. What movie were we talking about? You said it felt like it jumped in the middle because Song of Solomon it pretty much just jumps right in. Oh yeah, that's right. So for American Guinea Pig: Song of Solomon, this one just pretty much jumps right in as well. But I think that's good. Like I didn't think it took anything away from the movie because it's like, okay, there's this house, we're in the middle of nowhere, blah blah blah. Holy crap, what's happening? And then it just gets more and more twisted and gross. And yeah, I really dug it. So you just watched it recently. What do you have you done a review of it?
No, I haven't done a review of it. I may do something related to Song of Solomon, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
All right. So I'll yeah.
But I do want to really push this.
Oh, really?
Because I really liked it a lot.
It's crazy gory, but it's a really cool story. So it's basically like someone described it like they were actually playing at that film festival in Buffalo that we were at last year, and they described it as like The Exorcist meets Groundhog's Day, because it's not really, but it kind of is like where it's like they're trying to exorcise a demon off this girl who's Jessica Cameron, who is also in Red Eye, who is phenomenal and unrecognizable in this movie. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes.
She did not look like herself at all.
No, she did not look like.
And
it looked like she had no makeup
right.
on, which
I'm sure she did, but it was not.
Her
Yeah, totally unrecognizable and not like I've seen her act in anything I've seen her act in. Like I've seen her in a handful of things, and it's like I was like I wanted to stand up and give her a little applause because I'm like, this is different than anything I've seen you do, and that's huge to me. Like that you can like, especially in these kind of movies, that you mix it up that much. But anyways, so this girl's possessed, and it starts off with her father, who's we found out was the director. I didn't realize that until the show. She's basically she makes him like off himself, like right in front of her. But it's like, so then they start calling these exorcists in, and they keep failing. So every time they fail, new exorcists come in, and it's like, oh, man, it's just like, it was so brutal, so much blood. It was such a bloody movie. And next to Marcus Hawk or Cook or whatever. I know it's a really weird last name, and Leo messed it up a bunch on the show too. But he's one of the effects guys on the movie, and that dude's super talented. Do you ever see the movie 100 Tears? No, that's another clown movie. It's really good though. He directed that one. He also did the special effects in Death House. He was part of the group that did Death House special effects. So he's got some good gore behind him, And there's a lot of blood, and that whole scene where her innards become her outards, and then she's just like, I'm gonna need that, and then she just eats them. It's just so twisted and messed up.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most twisted scenes I've seen all year, besides Art the Clown getting rid of one of the characters in Terrifier.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was another twisted
Oh, yeah.
scene.
And that's what I like. I like these guys are stepping it up. And you wouldn't see these kind of scenes in like a studio movie. You wouldn't see.
No, you
wouldn't see that. Like I remember when like Green Inferno came out. And I was like, oh wow, that's probably some of the most gory stuff I've seen in a long time in a theater. But still, this is you wouldn't see what happened in Song of Solomon in a theater. You just wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. That film probably wouldn't be slapped to an NC-17 rating.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I definitely check it out. And one thing that I'm regretting is that there's two versions of it on Amazon. One of them is the regular release. The other one is a special edition. I went with the regular release. Special edition is $35 and it's 3 discs. And now I want that one.
Yeah, I got that.
You got that one?
Because yeah, I got that.
I'm
one.
jealous.
Because I probably figured, if they attach a CD to it, I'm probably gonna like the score.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna download it.
Yeah. Put it on your iPod or iPad or whatever.
Put it on my streaming cloud, then listen to it on my phone.
Nice. What else is on the 3 disc?
Interviews with the director, Jessica Cameron. There's I think a behind the scenes featurette, which I think goes over an hour. I haven't seen that.
Oh wow.
That's the only 2 things I've seen was the director's interview and the interview with Jessica Cameron.
I'm gonna have to pick up the 3 disc. I'm gonna have to. And what I'll do, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll announce it right now. I'm gonna get the 3 disc and then I'll give it the other one. We'll give it away on the Dorkening or something because it's and it's funny because I do that stuff a lot. Like I remember I was totally off subject. I'm sorry, but I was talking up Circus of the Dead to somebody like the year before last or the last ScareCon New England, and then we ended up getting in touch with Billy and we got them to play Circus of the Dead at ScareCon New England this past year. And this one guy missed it, but he was the one I was talking it up to. Like I talked to him a bunch at the year before, and I had it on DVD with me, and so I gave it to him. I'm like, here you go. I already had it on Blu-ray. Here you go. Check it out. Tell me what you think. I haven't heard from the guy since, so hopefully he liked it. But yeah, it's that's another cool thing with these art conventions is everyone's kind of got each other's back, and we all want everyone to like, you gotta check this out. It's amazing. Like we're all excited about this stuff. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, Song of Solomon. I'm glad that I finally got to see it. It really changed. I mean, not changed my perspective, but it really like opened my eyes to like I always knew Jessica Cameron was good, but it really opened my eyes to like how good she really is.
Have you ever seen a film called Truth or Dare in which she directs?
Yep. Yeah, and she's in it too. But yeah, she directed that.
Yes.
Yep. I have. And that was really good too. That was one. See, the one thing with Jessica is she's got so many movies that are done and they're just not out. Like they're like all this.
It's a crime.
It is. There's one she has called Mania that I really want to see. It's starring Ellie Church and Tristan Risk.
Yeah, I've heard about that film too, and I've been wanting to see that film.
And I love both of them as actresses. Like Ellie Church and Tristan Risk are both fantastic, and I want to see this movie, and I just can't see it. I want it to be out like right now. I don't know. It kills me.
I know. It just kills me that some of these films that sound so cool take like 3, 4, 5 years to come out, which happened, I think, with Truth or Dare as well.
Yeah.
It just came out almost out of the blue, pretty much. It was like it was like I think like a month or 2 before I heard it was coming out.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like we've had Jessica on a bunch of times, and it's like we always ask her, when are these coming out? When are these coming out? And she's like, oh, we're in the talks for this, we're in the talks for that. And then finally one day she's like, Truth or Dare's out, go get it. I'm like, holy crap, how did that happen? Like we just talked like a month ago, and it was like no update, and now all of a sudden it's out to buy. Like this is crazy. And it must be really stressful from her standpoint too, because you're putting all this money into to making these movies, and because if she's directing and whatever, there's a lot of work that comes into it. A lot of work and a lot of money and busting your butt to get funding, and these actors are expecting to make some money off of it, and it's like, I can't believe it. It's crazy.
I don't. Maybe we should try to get one of our films down to Scarecon, New
We,
England.
we've tried. We actually we tried. We actually asked about Song of Solomon, and I think there was something with the distribution that they couldn't do that because it's too close to the release. And there's been a few other ones that we've tried, and like we've with Brian K. Williams with like Frankenstein Created Bikers and those kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Same deal. I think there's something to do with distribution where they can't do it. So that's where I don't know. There's a catch-22 because you want to see these movies, and I mean Mania. I mean I think Mania is actually screened at some places. So maybe next year we'll shoot for that. You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because I think that would be a great idea to at least bring that to the New England area. Because I don't think it's screened in the New England area.
We were actually trying to get Jessica to be a guest. We were trying, like we kept talking to JV and we gave her JV's information and we were trying to get her to come as a guest and do some panels and do some screenings and stuff like that. And never happened. And then she jokingly was saying that she was going to give me a makeover, like at the con, like live on stage. I was like, hey, if you can get there and be a guest, I'll do it. Like whatever, make me look pretty. Let's go. And it never happened. I was like, whatever. If you get to be there, I'm cool. Let's do this. But I don't know. Maybe next year. Fingers crossed.
Maybe next year. Because I'm already have that date circled on my calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. My final film is actually a horror documentary.
Okay.
And I think you may be knowing where I'm going with.
Oh.
And it's To Hell and Back to Kane.
Yes.
Story.
It's fantastic. So good.
This was a film where I did a video, I don't know what you call it, review or plea on my YouTube channel. Because I was so kind of... It's even hard talking about this film because it really brought a lot of emotions to me.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, I never read the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I never knew of Kane's history. The only thing I knew of Kane was he's this fun-loving guy at conventions. And to hear the horror stories that he went through really, at one point, almost brought me to tears.
Yeah. So I listened to the book. I bought the book through Kindle, and then with the Amazon Fire tablet, you can actually have it read it to you. So on my commute to work for like a week, it was reading it to me, and then like I get time off the phones because I work in like a financial institution, so I'm receiving and whatever, making calls. So when I get time off the phones and stuff like that, I would have it on with headphones. And even the book was super powerful, even though it was like a robot voice reading it to me. It was still super powerful. And then the documentary like blew me away, And we had Kane on before we'd seen the documentary, and we were at the what was that convention that they had at not Mohegan but Foxwoods, the other comic book convention at Foxwoods. Yeah, Kineticon. I think that sounds right. So Kane was there as a guest, and Robert Englund was there as well. And I walk up and I see both of them, and like there's a line at Robert's table, and there was like one guy at Kane's booth. I didn't even bother to go talk to Robert because I'm like, Kane's the man. Like I love Kane. Like he's just a good dude. And he was very nice enough to come on our show for like a full hour, and it was really cool. And I walk up to him, and he's just super nice to me. Like he's like, hey man, how you doing? How's the show? Blah blah blah. And he's like, so what'd you think of the documentary? I'm like, it's out. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't know. And he's like, you haven't seen it yet. I'm like, no. He's like, what's your email address? And within minutes, we had the link sent to us so we could check it out. And like legit, I went home that night and I watched it, and I was like, all the other guys on the Dorkening, you guys need to watch this right now. Like this thing is powerful. And I agree 100%. Like you're seeing him break down a bit, and I think that definitely helps, push the emotion a little bit. But he went through so much like horrible stuff, and to meet the guy that you meet now, it's like I can't imagine myself being the person he is after going through all that. He's such a strong dude. And yeah, it's a great documentary, really good. Even if you're not a horror fan, it's a great documentary.
Yes, it's probably one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. And I've seen some really good ones over the years.
Yeah, same here. It's definitely on my list. Like there's that one, and the documentary Crumb. I don't know if you ever saw that one. That one's
I've seen that one. That's a very good
and then
one,
even though it's not really like a documentary, the other one is Crystal Lake Memories. Like I love that documentary. It's super long, but it's really good.
That and the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary too.
Was it Never Sleep Again? Yeah, that was really good too. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a great choice. That's a great choice. I wouldn't even have thought of putting a documentary on the list, but yeah, it's horror themed. So yeah, it's such a good movie. I think I have it sitting over here. I do. I have it right next to me. Look at that. Hooray. Yeah. So I think I already said all mine. So.
Yeah. That Kane Hodder film almost was my favorite horror film of 2018.
Wow.
I'm not going to say what it
is.
But that film for like months, I thought nothing would beat that
really?
film. Because that was so powerful.
Yeah. Now I'm curious. You're going to have to tell me afterwards. Or maybe you won't.
I'll tell you off.
Okay, all right, good.
Because I don't want
to ruin it for everyone else.
Spoil it, because first episode of 2019 will be sort of a best of 2018 / award show type thing,
nice,
which I'm starting to figure out right now.
Actually, that's something. Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards, because it's something that we've been throwing around the idea of something. So that would kind of, we'll talk after the show. Okay. Maybe next year we'll do something. But yeah, that's something we're thinking of. So anyways, not to be off subject or whatever. So I don't really have anything else. I mean, all the ones that were on my list, I've already spoken of. I don't know if you want to talk about anything else, or do you have any others on your list?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Now, have you been, just out of curiosity, because there's another movie I've been talking up to people, and I'm just curious if you've got a chance to see it yet. But have you seen that movie Overlord?
No, I have. I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm really considering watching it maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because I know...
Go ahead. Sorry.
I know Showcase Cinemas now started their little subscription service.
They did?
Yeah, they did. I was shocked.
How much?
I think it was like $16.99 for like 3 movies a month. No, I think no blackouts and everything.
Really? Because I do the AMC one, which is $19.99 a month for 3 movies a week. But the thing is, I never go to 3 movies in a week. Because the AMC that's close to me, you know where it is? It's like right down the street from where Scaricon, New England is.
Wow, did not know
so
that.
that's the closest AMC for me. So like, and I live like right outside of Worcester, and like where I work is kind of in between. So I usually will go after work on Thursdays to see a movie. But it's still a drive. Like then when I get out of the movie, I have to get on the Pike and drive like a pretty far distance. My local theater that I would go to all the time when I was doing Movie Pass is a Showcase. So I'm gonna have to look into that, because I could probably, I mean, if it's cheaper, I mean, I maybe go to 1 movie a week.
Yes, I think 3 a month. I think it was like $16.99.
That sounds good.
I'm really, really considering it for just 2D films. It's like another tier for premium films as well.
Well, the thing is too is that the Showcase in my area, I take my dad to, and I take him to all the big 3D movies. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this. Like, God damn it, you got me looking into this. I'm looking in the Shutter after here. You should be. Good thing you're a salesman. You're good.
Salesman.
You're a sales at your work. You do sales, so that's good. You're good at it. But Overlord. So there's a few things that I want to say about it, because it's one that if it was an independent movie or a lower budget movie, it definitely would be on my list right now. But it is definitely more of a World War II movie than it is like a monster movie. It's still really, really good, like super good, and the monsters are really good in it too. But there's a lot of World War II, but it's done very well. Really, really fun time, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, I mean, so I'm curious in your thoughts of Overlord after you see it. So hopefully you do a review of it on your show.
Hopefully I do, because I still even haven't seen the new Suspiria film.
I haven't either. I've heard mixed things.
I've heard mixed things also.
My friend Mike from Trick or Treat Radio, it's funny. Like I didn't even know that it was in the theater I was at. I was at the theater to see Bohemian Rhapsody, and he was in the theater to see Suspiria, where I saw him like in the lobby, like, hey, what's going on? Both of our movies started at 7. As soon as 7 o'clock hit, we went different directions, and he's like, I guess you're not seeing Suspiria. I'm like, I thought you were joking. Like, so I'm going to see Bohemian Rhapsody. So, but yeah, he said that it was pure genius wrapped in stupidity, is what he said. He's like, there's some really great moments that's surrounded by just garbage.
Yeah, I've also read somewhere that the director wants to do a trilogy.
Oh, Jesus. Leave it alone, people.
I know. Then he wants to do a trilogy of his award-winning film, too, so...
what I don't get...
Leave it alone.
Yeah, for real. So here's the thing, is it seems like all the originality right now is coming out of independent horror. You know? Everything, all of the big budget stuff is all remakes and the same movie. So I don't know. Did you see Happy Death Day?
No, I have not seen that yet.
If you saw the trailer, you've seen the movie. But they're coming out with Happy Death Day 2,
I've seen the trailer.
Which is exactly the same as Happy Death Day. It legit, like, hey, at the end of the movie, she thought she stopped it. Guess what? She didn't. It's all over again. It's such a waste. The thing is I'll probably see it. I'll probably see it.
Yeah, and then they'll probably do a Happy Death Day 3.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Anyways.
That's pretty much my same thought on the Child's Play remake.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to talk about that. So, yeah, you had asked me beforehand if I knew anything about it. I know that it's happening, but I'm avoiding everything because, it's one of those things where people will talk about it a lot, and then it'll start to sway my thoughts. And sometimes I want to go in and I want to think differently. So there's a lot of movies that have come out in the last handful of years that some people have like called the greatest movie of all time, and I go to see it and I'm extremely disappointed. Like, I didn't like The Witch. I didn't like It Follows.
The slow burn horror films.
I love slow burns. I do. I love Ty West movies, but It Follows and The Witch. I thought The Witch was better than It Follows, but I thought It Follows was just so like anticlimactic for me. I thought there was way better stuff out there, but it's one of those things where people just keep feeding you like, oh my God, it's the best movie I've ever seen. It's this, it's that. Then I go to see it and I'm like, my hopes are up too high. So I'm avoiding everything Child's Play. I'll check it out when it happens, maybe. And, then they changed the look of Chucky a bit.
Yeah, and I'll talk a little into Chucky. The way it looks like it's going to be more like he's a robot, because I looked at the teaser poster of it and had this like Wi-Fi symbol on it. That really gets me nervous, because now I get this image that you may have like 5, 6, or 7 of them going attacking at once.
Yeah, maybe it's like some guy behind a computer controlling them all, like puppets, like a puppet master. But
Yes.
So yeah, maybe that's what they're doing, because they don't want to do the whole possessed thing.
Yeah, and guess what film they put it up against?
Oh, it's coming out the same
Take
week.
a good guess. It's coming out the same week as Toy Story 4.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Now they're gimmicking.
Yeah.
Because I really think it's now becoming a gimmick.
Yeah.
Hey, why see Woody and Buzz Lightyear when you can see Chucky?
Drop the kids off at Toy Story, and then you sneak into Child's Play. That's what you do.
I'll be shocked if it does over $10 million opening weekend.
I mean, besides Halloween, what's the last horror movie that's really kind of killed it? No pun intended. Opening weekend.
It.
Oh yeah, it. Yeah, that second one's coming out soon.
Yeah, but with the new Child's Play remake, you're gonna have Godzilla coming out around the same time.
No, this isn't Godzilla versus King Kong. It's just Godzilla.
No, I think King of the Monsters, the one with the girl from Stranger Things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see that. Yeah.
I think that's coming. I think end of May, and we'll probably get Avengers Hangover because that's coming out at the beginning of May.
Yeah.
MGM is doing this reboot no favors at all.
It's such a, I don't get it. I mean, I kind of defended reboots here and there. You know, like my whole theory is like, okay, if people really liked it, maybe they're gonna go search out the original. But I really don't think that's happening. Like I thought that about the remake or the newer Ghostbusters. I thought that about Evil Dead. Although Evil Dead was really good, I thought, anyways.
I think maybe they would research it out because of Ash vs. Evil Dead that came out.
Yeah.
So that could have happened.
Yeah.
Because you did have Ash vs. Dead for 3 seasons.
Yeah, I was actually rewatching that. I got a projector from my office and I was watching Ash vs. Evil Dead on this giant. It's like the whole wall. It's ridiculous. Anyways, but yeah, and then you have awesome shows like that they ended up just canceling after 3 seasons when it's amazing. Whatever. Yeah, they want to.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
I think the budget after they saw the ending of season 3,
maybe
they probably realized it's gonna.
So here's something I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming you were a fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Are you a big Bruce Campbell fan in general?
Pretty much. Yeah. You can say.
So I guess I'm trying to think of who it was who said it on the show. Actually, I think it may have been Alex Hoey.
Alex Hoey,
yeah.
Yes.
I think,
very nice guy.
Yeah, wicked nice guy. He was on yesterday, and then we ended up talking until almost 4:00 in the afternoon after the show. By the way, the show was over at 11. We just online talking for hours. He's a really good guy. But I think it was him that brought it up that Bruce had hinted around saying that he would do a reboot of Briscoe County. And I don't know if you were a fan of Briscoe County.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that would be awesome.
I do have the box set.
Same here.
Of the whole show.
That would be awesome. I just want to see. I want to see Bruce working. That's all. Burn Notice was awesome. Ash vs. Evil Dead was awesome. Briscoe County would be awesome as well. So.
I heard he may go back to Evil Dead if it's a video game, but that's about.
Well, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, especially with the newer systems. How detailed they can be. Yeah, that'll be pretty sick. No, you know what? They didn't come around this year, but I saw it last year. Was Evil Dead the musical? Have you ever had a chance to see that?
No, I might have a bootleg of it.
Oh, really?
Lying around.
I actually saw it
because I saw it around and I thought, oh, it might be cool.
Yeah, no, I saw it like live at a Playhouse not this past Halloween, the Halloween before, and we were front row, and so they give you a parka because you're covered in blood by the end of the show. It's like a Gallagher show, but with blood. It's amazing. And that's something that they should get. I'm just thinking of things for Scarecon. They should get. I know they do Rocky Horror. It would be cool to get Evil Dead the musical at one of these cons too. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'd be all over that.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can pull it off.
Tarps.
Though.
Use tarps.
With that small space.
Yeah, they could do it. I mean, the Playhouse I saw it in was pretty small. I'm just saying, it's great. We're talking about Evil Dead. I'm totally getting off subject. I apologize.
That's all right.
If you've seen my show before, you know that's how I am. I just jump all over the place, but.
Yeah, it makes for some good listening.
Hopefully you don't lose subscribers because of me being on here. But anyways.
Hey, it's not my network.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
It's Philip's network, not mine.
He's a good guy too. I haven't talked to Phil in a while.
Yeah, he's a very good guy.
Haven't talked to him in a long time. Well, it's been a while since right around Scarecon, New England. I think the last time we really talked. He's a guy though. I like Phil. I think his daughter.
Yeah, I do keep in touch.
Yeah, I think his daughter just had a birthday. So happy birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
All right. Well, let's wrap
Okay.
this up.
All right. Sounds good.
Where can they find you?
I am. If you want looking for me on Twitter or Instagram, I'm more active on Instagram definitely, but it's aknuckle, just AKNUCKLE on Twitter or Instagram. You can. I'm on the Dorkening Podcast Network on 2 shows. I'm on the Dorkening and I'm on Wicked Horror Show. And every once in a while, one of the guys and I, 13th Wolfman, we do Wicked Horror reviews. That's audio only. The other shows that we do, the Dorkening and Wicked Horror Show, is live video, and then the audio from that goes up on the audio podcast as well. And those are like Anthony, you've been in the chat room a bunch of times on our show, so you know how it is. But on Tuesdays is the Wicked Horror Show, and that's usually where we have a horror related guest. Directors, actresses. We've had Kane Hodder on, we've had Luke Kaufman on. You know, people that are like legends in my eyes. And when they agree to come on,
James Balsamo.
Oh my God, yeah, James Balsamo. That dude.
Balsamo.
It's a name. You're not the only one who mispronounces it. But yeah, we've had him on a bunch. You know, there's a lot of really cool people, and you know, we've had Barbara Crampton on, we've had Dee Wallace on, we've had all these. You know, I'm honored to do these things. It's fantastic. So go check it out. You just go to the Dorkening on Facebook or go to dorkening.com, and that's where you can find everything there too.
Or YouTube.
Yep, YouTube, the Dorkening, and you can find all the shows there. And I just want to thank you again, Anthony, for having me come on, and I appreciate asking. And anytime you need anything, you know where I am. So.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, Kevin. Have a good day, and don't forget to listen to his podcasts on Sunday and Tuesday night over on the Dorkening's official Facebook page. Thank you again, and have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Have a horror podcast that you want to promote? Have a geek podcast you want to promote? Well, if you answered yes to one of those, then here at Anthony T's Horror Show, I'm looking to have your commercial here on my show. If you're interested in having your commercial played on my show, you can contact me at anthonytshorrorshow@gmail.com. And remember, support indie horror. Welcome back. My film recommendation for this episode comes from a studio that recently announced that it will be closing its doors. It's an independent film studio called Tempe Entertainment. After 33 years of making films, they made films such as The Dead Next Door, Skinned Alive, Polymorph, The Sandman, and they've also collaborated with Full Moon Features on films like Witch House 2 Blood Coven, Horror Vision, Stitches, to name a few. But my film recommendation for this episode is the 1995 film Ozone. And this film pretty much goes way back, literally, to the time where, as most of the micro-budgeted indie horror films of that time were shot on video, this was the best film that Tempe Entertainment put out, in my opinion. I first discovered this film around 2003-2004 when the film was titled Street Zombies, which was retitled by Charles Band when he released it under the Wizard Video / Shadow Entertainment label, which was a subdivision of Full Moon Features at that time. I remember first seeing this film at my local Hollywood Video at a time where you can actually go into a store, browse around, and see what films they had. And sometimes the box cover would entice me to rent a film, which I really miss a lot today because everything's pretty much on demand now. I miss the days of going to the video store so much, as this is one of the films that I first found through the video store, figuring this is, another Full Moon / Shadow Entertainment release, so I decided to rent it. What I got was surprisingly a very good film. This film had very good effects for a film that was shot on video. It had great direction from J.R. Brookwater, which I also consider this film to be my favorite of the films he's done, even though Witch House 2 Blood Covenant is a close second. The film also has a very good lead performance from James Black. It has a great score, and probably one of the most disturbing sex scenes that I've ever seen on film. The scene looked like something that you would see in a Tool music video. This is a film that you should definitely check out if you're really a fan of low budget, micro budgeted cinema. It's sad that Tempe Entertainment is closing its doors. I will go into more of Tempe Entertainment in a Anthony T's Horror Thought video on Anthony T's Horror Chambers YouTube channel. Besides that, I'll also have another edition of the Horror Chambers DVD and Blu-ray collection. I know I keep promising to put one out, but I just haven't had the time. I can guarantee you, most definitely, by next episode, there will be another episode of the Horror Chambers DVD and Blu-ray collection. I want to thank Kevin Cook from the Dokening and Wicked Horror Show for joining me this episode. I want to thank you for listening. Have a good day and support indie horror.